Christine Little, and welcome to my live. I'm very excited to be here today. I put on makeup, but just to be clear, it wasn't for you. I had an audition, so I put it on for the audition, but you get to feel the effects of that. So congratulations. I think I'm gonna make something. I don't know what I'm going to make. Okay. Honestly, I'm thinking about making the apple crumble again, even though I just did that, but I ran out. So I thought it might be a good idea. I also made spaghetti last night. I guess I could cook some vegetables if I have them. If you're new here, be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment to help out. And I'm so glad you're here to join me today. I didn't read any of this. I can't wait to cook with you and make a mess. Bring back the vest over dress shirt, says Easy Too Easy. That's what I'm saying. This was for my audition. Like, what kind of person am I? What do I look like I do like this? Hey, Bono. Callie, how's it going? Hey, dear my insecurities. Hey, Pagan Patrick. Bono said, hey, world's greatest TikTok chef with a side of humor and dancing. Thank you. The syndicated hello. Oh, and if you don't know, now you know. This I'm on live on Instagram, and then here I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Times Square, LinkedIn, and Twitch. Fine self, says Dolo Dag Great. What? Me? Fine? Like a wine? Thank you, Jacob, John Becker, Teddy. I know who that is. That's someone else. And let's check on here and see if anyone joined. No one has joined yet on Facebook. There's like a little bit of a delay lately. I'm not sure what that's about, but Berserk Exuberance joined, and so did Mahmoud Jumanji. C. Murphy photo. Hi, Jacob Becker. Welcome. Should I make that apple crumble again, or should I? I'm not like particularly hungry. I had a bowl of cereal today. It was pretty filling, surprisingly. I thought I was going to eat like 8 bowls. Because how often do you just eat one bowl of cereal? Never, exactly. Oversimplified Productions on YouTube says, I did see you on Times Square right above a bootleg Aquaman. That's right. Me and bootleg Aquaman are, we do a cross promotion thing together. So I'm glad that you saw that. Blackhurst, hello. Shaggy _ rock at Tansky. Hello, Ed Owe. What is, you guys just have simple names that I can read. I thought I was literate. These look like freaking license plates or something. And I had to try to guess, or it's just like G845. I'm like, come on, guys. Flea Propaganda says, LOL. John David Alanis Morissette is here. He said, there she is. How we doing, Miss Little? I'm good. Should I make that apple crumble thing again? Taquita's on here. Taquita, have you gotten paid yet, my friend? You guys go follow Taquita. Eric is here. Whoa, Eric is here too. You guys follow him. Eric and I were just on a show together where we had to pick up confessions out of a bucket put in there by the audience and just riff off of them. Oversimplified Production says, I'm about to be out at like 7:59 Eastern because I like that new NCIS. Well, you can pause NCIS. Let me ask you this, Oversimplified Productions, who could have kept that to himself. Does NCIS interact with you live? Because the last time I checked, they didn't. All they do is talk about crime. I did just watch a documentary about a cult. Instagram, or not Instagram, but YouTube cults, internet cults are becoming a thing. It's so much easier to get all culted up. I could totally see myself joining a cult. I hope I don't, but I get it. Especially if they seem like they have all the answers. Oh, a cult. Okay, if you guys were to join a cult, what do you think would make you do it? I think for me, it would be, yeah, if they just seem to have all the answers. You know? John David Alanis Morissette says, I didn't get to check out last Thursday. Gonna check it after this live. Last Thursday was wild. It was crazy. If you weren't on this live last Thursday, go check it out. People are still talking about it. I can't even remember it. That's how good it was. Christine's, how's things with your new car? It's good. It's good. You know, there's so many things I love about my new car. I mean, talk about a silver lining. So if you guys don't know, I was in a car accident a couple months ago. This summer, my car was totaled. I am still traumatized by it, but whatever. You know, that's life. C'est la vie. YOLO. What was my point? Anyway, so I had to get a new car, that was really painful because my car was paid off. So now I have a car payment. Yeah, a car payment. I have to pay to use this car. Anyway, it tells you how much gas you have, like in miles. Like in a way it's like you have 350 miles left. I'm like, cool. Because before, if it would just get below halfway, I'd be like, oh, I gotta get gas. But now I'm like, oh, I got 100 miles left. Okay, let's see. Let me catch up on these comms. Hi, One Fun Mike. How are you? Controversy_where says, I thought this was a cult. This is not a cult. A lot of people have asked for it to be. I'm just going to be like, no, I don't want to be involved in that because they always turn dark. There's actually, I was watching a docu-series after I watched that cult about the Twin Flames University. So glad they didn't find me a couple of years ago because I would have totally joined that cult on accident. But there's a Netflix show about how to be a cult leader. I just started watching that. So no, this is not a cult. Hi from Glasgow. Hello, Les Millie _81. How's it going there? I see you have, it looks like you're bald, but have a tattoo on your head. Wow, that's intense. Does that hurt? Hello, Brian. Hey, Andrew, Aaron. You are so funny and so cute. Words give up trying to express you. Wow, that was like such a poetic compliment. Me. Oh, wow. I don't even know what to say. Christine endorsed RFK for 2024 on Thursday Live. What? No, I didn't. I didn't endorse anyone for president. Apparently, the most proficient serial killer in the U.S. last name was Little. He would choke them until they passed out and do portraits of them. Wild stuff. I'm trying to remember his first name. Okay, John David Alanis Morissette, please do not disgrace the little name. And then also, I mean, like, he sounds like kind of an artist. He's like, no one ever holds still enough. I'm going to change that. Not funny, by the way. I do not endorse anything that this little monster did. His name should be Little Monster. I really don't like serial killers because I don't have a ton of energy and I project that onto other people. So to think that there's somebody out there using their energy to hurt people is wrong. It's like, go to sleep. I dreamt about zombies last night. Hate that. Okay. Hey, the easy life. One Fun Mike says, when you dance, the world stops and soaks you in. Ooh, sounds like the world is toast. And I'm yolk. Forbidden Wisdom joined. Hello, Forbidden Wisdom. Says, I like your fashion. Fire, fire, fire. Thank you. This was for an audition. I'm never brave enough to like actually wear something like this. I was actually thinking maybe this should be navy blue instead of black, but c'est la vie. Should I make that apple thing or not, guys? Or should I warm up spaghetti? Or make a sandwich? I'm not terribly hungry. I've got some work to do in the bathroom. I got some paint last night for the bathroom. Oh. Right. I'm good. The tattooer, not bald, shave the head. Oh, okay. Don't tell bald guys that because they're going to get so mad. It's like, they're like, I can't grow hair. This guy's out here shaving it. I would grow my hair out if I had a tattoo on my head. I would grow it out and then like do some kind of thing where I start shaving it around people. Like, oh my God, there's a message under here. What does it say? LOL, go to sleep. Good pun considering the choking. Yeah. Why does everyone immediately think zombies are negative? What's so positive about zombies? Oversimplified productions. I mean, this dream was so detailed. It was like I saw when the guy became a zombie. He was like the first zombie, and then there were so many zombies. Boom, boom, boom. And then I was like trying to tell people like, hey, there's zombies. But luckily I had a video. So I showed them the video and then they believed me. But I think that's the worst part about there being zombies. It's like trying to explain to other people, like, hey, this person's a zombie. It's like they're a what? And then the zombie's like, wah. Zombies, they don't know how to walk right. There's no zombie that's like, they're always like, thank you. That's my zombie impression. Okay. Kyle or Cupertino said, prep school girl came to the hood. Insert catcall noises. Laughing my ass off. Hey, everyone. Cupertino comes in and greets everyone. So he says hi, even to you, Instagram. Oh, this is so hard. Love the way you say Glasgow, too. And I'm probably saying it wrong, huh? Okay, let me say it differently. Glasgow. Oh, hello from Glasgow. How do I say it? Since you know how to say it so bad, since you live there. Apple thingy. Okay, I'll make the apple thingy. Thank you for answering me for F word's sake. How do you feel about UFOs and aliens? Thank you for asking. I've been waiting for someone to ask me this question. How do I feel about UFOs and aliens? I feel unbothered, but also terrified. Next question, please. Okay. Oversimplified productions. This is a lot of reading. You guys are lucky I know how to read. Okay, Oversimplified Production says zombie ecosystem. Also, bye. Oh my God, are you really leaving to go watch NCIS? Because UNCIP. ICUP. John David Alana says true. They had a life before they turned into zombies. You've seen my video. Seen my zombie video. If you guys have not seen my zombie video, go check it out. There's actually like a bunch of them, or like one really long one. That zombie that used to be a background dancer for Janet Jackson. Hey, Cupertino says, oh, I've been meaning to tell you, this for the longest. I got in a fight over you. What? That's terrible. What happened? I guess I can guess what happened. Someone was like, hey, I really love watching Christine Little. She's my favorite. And Cupertino's like, what do you know about Christine Little? What's your screen name? And this person's like, it doesn't matter what my screen name is. I'm just such a huge fan. Cupertino's like, okay, does she have a nickname for you? Because you don't deserve to be a fan if she doesn't even have a nickname for you. This person's like, I don't want to fight. I just want to continue getting my dialysis treatments. And Cupertino's like, oh, okay, oh, excuse me. And they're like, please stop. And he's like, I was stabbed once. Is that what happened? Happens all the time. Okay, next question. Hello, people that have joined and left immediately. Thriller is your mood board. What? I guess so, says Jaleel Pissam. Ingredient Reader joined. Oh, what a cool name. Traumagi joined. Accurate AF, says Cupertino. Wow, how did I guess? How did I guess that so perfectly? I have a gift. I have a gift. You know, like when people are psychic and stuff, they're like, oh, I have a gift. I have a gift. What if it was a gift? What if someone like came to your birthday party? They're like, oh my God, I brought this for you. And you're like, what is this? Like a pot? Like, actually, it's a gift. It's inside the pot. And you're like, okay, I don't see anything. And then you open it up. And it's like, oh, they're like, you got psychic powers now. You're welcome. Well, have a happy birthday. And you're like, what? But you're going to die. Ah. Okay, I've lost my mind. Okay. Yeah, I guess I lost it. I lost it. Nice Twitch you got here. Bit lonely, though. Yeah, no one ever goes on my Twitch, Johnny Appleseed Walker. So I appreciate you drumming up some engagement on there. Who are you, says Jaleel Pissam. Daddy Nish joined. Jaleel Pissam says, fuck all the jokes. Who are you really? Well, I don't understand why you had to use the F word. If my mom was here, she would be so upset. You're lucky my mom isn't here. Okay, because she doesn't like curse words. Who am I really? I'm just a girl. I don't know who I am. Next question. Who am I? Who am I really? Like in what context? Like, who am I in relationship to other people? Or like, who am I? Like, what do I stand for? Like, what do you mean by that? Are you still here? Daphnique is here. Hello, Daphnique. How have you been? I was just thinking about you for some reason. Were you in my dream? Maybe I saw your video. Maybe I saw one of your videos. John David Alana says, funny story. I almost got into a fight. Never mind. Hey, what? But Cupertino, tell me what happened actually. How did you almost get into a fight? This person says, seriously, I get it. You're trying to entertain, but let's know the real you. Well, what are you asking? Like, what would you like to know specifically? Should I make that apple thing? I forget how to make it. I know I need egg whites. But that's for the filling. I gotta crank this up to 425. Oh, and then here are the things. And then I've got to peel some apples. I'm starting to remember. I gotta preset this thing. All right. Where are you from? Great specific question. I am originally from Indiana, but I've lived in Los Angeles for the last several thousand years. Welcome. Where are you from? It's so funny that you're like, who are you really? And then like your little thing is like just a bird. What's that apple thing again? Okay, Cupertino says, nah, I showed your stuff to my friend and I told them You needed a homie, and I know you. And they said, it wasn't funny. And it turned into a huge thing. Long story. We threw hands and we are no longer friends. Oh my God. That is like the worst possible case scenario I've ever heard. And I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that they don't think I'm funny. I'm sorry that you guys fought. I'm sorry that you're not friends anymore. Oh, this doesn't feel right. This one's all weird. Ugh, look at that. I'm from Indiana, South Bend. Okay, cool. What's your upbringing? What do you believe in? What do you mean, what's my upbringing? Like, are there categories? Man, that story like really troubled me. How did it turn physical? It's okay if they don't think I'm funny. But were they saying that to be mean to you? And it's okay if they weren't, you know. I've just been reading online. Everybody's talking about this particular comedian whose special just came out. And there's so many people. They're like, I don't think it's funny. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, damn. Someone thinks it's funny. So, LOL, way to stand up to your principals, Coop. Nah, fuck him. He was a rat bastard and his kid ugly. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. How long have you guys been friends? And what made him a rat bastard? Is he just like going through a hard time or is he like Splinter? I'm not trying to be an ass. I just want to know. How was I raised? I was raised in a, I'm trying to think how to say this, a split home. Like my parents divorced when I was 4, and I went to 3 different kindergartens. There were custody battles. My dad ultimately got custody. Uh-oh, we're getting sunflowers. Shortly after he moved in, we moved in with this lady and her kids for about 10 years. And we didn't even know we were moving in with them. We just like went over her house one day and then like we just didn't leave. And then me and my brother were kind of like, when are we leaving? And we never did. Oh my God. Replying to John David, the last one. Elena, she a real one. Oh gosh, that's so nice. I feel terrible though. I don't want anyone to fight and I don't want to be involved in any kind of way. But I blame myself. If I hadn't existed, you guys would have never gotten in that fight. It was my cousin. Oh no. And a family member at that. You guys are like really close. It's like we had actually never disagreed before in our entire lives. But just want to let you know. What? Hello, the People's Barber. It was like my worst case scenario of what happened. So that's why I made it like, but that's not what happened. Cupertino. Where was I in my life story? So I went to 3 different kindergartens. I went to one in this place when we lived with this couple named Lenny and Dimitri, who had, I think they had 2 kids too. They had 2 kids, and then there was like me, my brother, stepbrother, stepsister, and then I had another stepsister, like the oldest one. But she was always like in and out of the house. Like sometimes she was with us, sometimes she wasn't. And then what happened? So yeah, I went to a kindergarten in Lenny and Dimitri's, and then we moved to this place in Time Center, named Time Center. This was in Missouri. We still lived in Missouri. And then somehow I wound up in Indiana. And then I was with my mom, and then I started to go to school at this school called St. Joan of Arc by my grandparents' house. And I'd walk to school with my cousin, Nate. One time we were chased by dogs. Hey, Dennings. Oh, gee, hello. Hello, words with cat. What city? What city? I don't know. I only remember the city, one city name when I was in Missouri besides St. Louis was St. Charles. And then I was in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we moved a lot because we were asked to. They asked us to move. And so we were like, cool. We know when we're getting evicted. And it was always because of like some fight that like my stepbrother got in. But nobody knew that he was undiagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. But when we learned that, it was like, oh. I mean, I didn't learn it till like after we didn't live with them anymore. But then I was like, oh, as I like studied psychology and all that stuff, I realized it. So after St. Joan of Arc, we moved, finally, we got stable and moved to this place in Indiana, in Indianapolis called Chapelwood. That was on the west side of Indianapolis. And we lived in a townhouse there. We lived there from when I was from 1st to 5th grade. So that was like the longest we had lived somewhere. And then we got evicted. We got evicted again. And do you know how hard it is to find another place when you've been evicted? Thanks for the love. Gotta watch The Voice. Hey, just want to let you guys know that you don't have to tell me the other things you're gonna watch besides this. Like, I appreciate you saying goodbye and all that, but you know, you're like, gotta go, stare at the floor for a little bit. See you later. What? So I have peeled these apples, and now I'm going to, and then I cored them. Now I'm going to put them in a bowl with some sugar and some spice, nutmeg and cinnamon to be specific. Are you close with your steps now? I haven't talked to them. So it's a really long story and so much has happened that I don't talk about it because it's too much. So much happened. But I will say it ended with, so after we got evicted from Chapelwood, we couldn't find a place anywhere because apartments don't like to rent out to people who've been evicted. And so we had to get creative. And so my dad's sister was nice enough to one time pretend to be our landlord. This was like pre-internet days. She pretended to be our landlord and said like, oh yeah, we're good tenants. And then we finally got into a place, but then it was like in a town that was far. It was like 20-30 minutes away from where we had been living. We'd have to go to a new school district, and it happened to be the richest city, like one of the richest cities in Indiana. It's Carmel, Indiana. Predominantly notoriously white. We felt that they were racist. We really didn't want to go there. Long story short, we went there anyway. Me and my brother got to stay with my mom for a year while we finished up junior high and high school. So we moved to Carmel. We're there from when I was in 7th grade to about 9th grade when I was just entering high school. Then we got evicted from there. It was all a dream. I used to read Bird Up magazine. I finally made it, says Sandman7762. Hello, Sandman. Cupertino says, what you doing for Thanksgiving? I'm going to go to my Aunt Pat's house. You remember Pat, right? You're so funny. I love that Sandman came in and just started making sense. Thank you so much. Shout out for you being on YouTube. Thug days, says mental capacity. Yes, these were my thug days. You see, moving to Carmel was very hard for me. I did not want to go. I was very upset about it. I cut my hair. I became very angry. And a bit rebellious, honestly. Ever seen Bone Thugs live? Actually, I think so. I think I saw him in Indiana. Yeah, because I met Crazy Bone on stage. So yeah, when I was an adult. I was just about to ask you about Aunt Pat. Who is Aunt Pat? You know who Aunt Pat is, Cupertino. Oh, come on, Aunt Pat. What was I gonna say? So we get evicted from this place. We get evicted from this place, because of the fighting, but also because, get this, our apartment rather, got raided by the police. Yeah, it was in the newspaper. I answered the door, and I say answer in quotation marks because what happened was I went to the door, and before I could answer, because they were like, boom, 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 scary way to knock on the door, they bust in the house with one of those things. Yeah. I'm in 9th grade. What else? So I missed something. So we did get evicted from there, but also what was happening is that my stepmom was regularly stealing from the house. My stuff, my dad's stuff. One of their common schemes was to steal something from the store. This is why in-store credit exists. One of their common things was to steal something from the store and then turn it back in, return it for cash. Pretty smart, right? Oh, you saw Bone Thugs live? I'm mad at you now. Why are you mad at me? Gonna see them in March with Ice Cube and Too Short. Oh, wow. That'll be a show. She was Caucasian. Was she Caucasian? She was not Caucasian. My dad had a very specific type. Hence me. My dad is a white. Please dance for me, darling. Dance! Wow. This guy really wants me to dance. Doesn't every girl go through that phase? What phase? I like you. Thank you. I was arrested in Mexico with my mom when I was 6. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Why were you arrested? What'd your mom do? Oh, fuck, that shit. Good thing you're out. That's called clucking your shit. What is? Oh, when you steal. Okay, so she was stealing with her sometimes boyfriend, at one point husband, who happened to be my stepsister's baby's daddy. So anyway, so my dad and Keisha, my stepsister, worked together to bust her and her baby's daddy for stealing my dad's stuff and returning it. So they worked with the police. Jesse was arrested. At this time, I kind of just quit coming home. I just didn't go home anymore. So I was staying at my friend Nikki's house, right? So that all went down. My dad started living in a motel again before we got another place in Carmel while I stayed with Nikki. But my mom didn't know that we had got evicted or any of this had happened. So when she came to pick me up every other weekend, she would pick me up outside the apartment where we no longer lived. My dad would take me there and then pick me up. Your hair's so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Al Gulami. Silly me. How could I forget Aunt Pat? How is she? Stewie voice. She still got that thing going on. Yeah, Aunt Pat, the one that calls vegetables vegetables. You know Aunt Pat. She was on the funniest live I've ever had, but we had to erase it. Cupertino, as king, you should know I got a wife for you. Oh. Do you smoke weed? What? Me? Oh. No. This guy just goes, I was on the phone. What city are you from? You missed so much. I'm telling you guys all this stuff because this Jaleel Pissam asked me all this stuff. And then he's like, I wasn't listening. What was that? I had to go through this whole story. It's not even done. Is that when I get to the point? So after Jesse was arrested, my dad told me not to talk to her or them anymore. So I didn't. And that she was going to try to get revenge on us, which she did. She called my mom from jail and told her some stuff about me. It was some stuff I wanted my mom to never find out. And so hadn't talked to her since then. I think she did message me on social media. I guess she's off drugs and really into God or something. Talked to Keisha a little bit. I think Princess died. Haven't talked to Kenny. Talked to Katrina, who's a cousin, step cousin. Yeah. Mental capacity. What? Huh? I'm confused, bruh. I'm confused too, Cupertino. John David Atlanta says, is that the same Aunt Pat that grew that baby-sized squatch? No, that was my friend Dina who did that. Go to YouTube and go back 30 minutes for the Indiana saga. Go back 30 minutes on YouTube and listen to what happened. And you'll understand where I'm from. Wow, says Jennings. You remind me of someone. It just may be your rib. If you're not married, that is. What is he talking about? You are so kind to share this. Thank you. It's not easy to share. For one thing, it's so kind of long and convoluted, and there's so much more that happened, and that was like the Cliff Notes version. But I'd like to share my story more. You didn't even hear the craziest stuff that happened. Yeah. Okay, let's keep making this apple thing. So yeah, I'm a comedian. That's how you make a comedian. Hey, Big Al. Pishbot says, hey, big love from Scotland. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Scotland. What's cooking, X-Teen? I'm making that apple crumble again. So I've already got part of it in the oven while I told some of my life story. It's kind of crazy. How'd your show go? Which show? Denning said I should write a book. What would the book be about? It's like, no, that was so-and-so. Yeah, there's so much that went on. We had drugs. We had mental illness. We had police. We had evictions. We had, and I one time went with the oldest stepsister while she was doing that, because one time my stepmom asked me, like, hey, do you want to run an errand with me on the west side? And I missed the west side. I didn't want to live in Carmel. And I was like, maybe I'll run into some old friends, right? So I go with her to run this errand on the west side. This errand is at a motel. Yo, been a while. Where's my boy Toxic Tom, says Curly Head Trev. I don't know, man. Stand-up show last week. So last week I had a show on Tuesday. Didn't go great. And then I had a show on Friday. And I feel like I had another one in between that. Friday was fun. And I don't really remember. Tuesday wasn't great. That was on me. I wanted to work on some newer stuff. Label me bamboozled. Hoodwinked. Okay, I can see you separating the egg. Yes, I was getting it to just the egg whites because I'm gonna boop boop boop. Beat them. I'm gonna beat them because they owe me money, and until they're frothy. Okay, let's see. I feel so attracted to you. Wow, thank you for sharing that. What? Jaleel Pissum says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss anything. I just wanted to understand who you were. Being from South Bend, I just like to know how people from this area grew up. You have to rewind to tell that over again is not only traumatic for me, but it's long and I don't want to bore everybody else. So you can watch the replay on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram even. Maybe I'll leave it on Instagram so people gotta let these hoes know. Good morning from London, England, not Scotland. Oh, London and Scotland, like they hate each other. It's so cute. I can see you separating the egg. Yeah, you have a good shape. Thank you. I just got it, especially since you're also an entertainer. Are you showing us behind the scenes now? Merry Christmas, Bae. It looks like I've got some text messages too. I've never heard the tales from the back street from my life. So during that time, I think I did start to get into Bone Thugs and Harmony pretty hard. They really went with my how I was feeling. I was very angry, and they talked a lot about, angry stuff like unaliving people. And they were just so talented. They were so harmonious. I really liked Crazy Bone. So talented. And so they were like my boyfriends, like girls had Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I had Bone Thugs and Harmony because I was a thug. So I had a fake lip ring at one point, which my friend Nikki will still not let me live down to this day. And that's how I made my entrance into Carmel. With a fake lip ring and a bad attitude. Speaking of a series of unfortunate events, my friend Raul sent me a clip of my buddy Nate, the one on heroin, getting brought back to life with Narcan by police in Mexico. They put it in a show on TV, Borderlands, Contraband. What the fuck? LOL. Oh my God, that's terrible. I'm sorry about your friend. I'm glad he's back alive. Finish the West Side Story. What's the West Side? The West Side Comedy Theater or like the West Side of Indiana? What happened on the West Side? LOL, I used to have fake snake bites. Hilarious. Well, I saw this movie called Return of the Living Dead 3. And so it was about zombies. And there was this girl who was like becoming a zombie and she didn't want to eat people. I mean, she kept slipping up, like nobody's perfect. So in order to help with the pain of not being able to eat people, she would like pierce herself. She had like lip ring and she had all this stuff. And I had the lip ring look cool. So I was like, maybe I should have a lip ring. I relate to her emotional pain. Too much. You're not thuggish, ruggish Bone. Well, not anymore. But I was until, so this is why I kind of like got off the whole Bone train. All right, let me look at these comments. I love your everything. Thanks. Scotland hate are you on OnlyFans? Not that I'm aware of. Scotland hate England, but I love the Edinburgh Festival. Bone Thugs really love to rap around the clock. Are you single? No. I love your everything. You look like you own a French restaurant. I do. I own 3. Please turn. Let me see. Ew, get out of here. Thirsty ass. Go into the hotel. My dad, well, after my dad lived in the motel, we got another place in Carmel because by then I had friends there. And I was sick of going back and forth. There was one point in 8th grade where, we were always in custody battles. Oh, did I put sugar in the other one? There's always custody battles between my mom and my dad. My mom hated the environment that we lived in. She hated it so much. So she'd always try to get custody of us, but she just didn't. And she'd always like call social services and stuff. What happened? So at one point, in 8th grade, we were going through that. Oh, my dad was mad because my mom didn't pay child support. And my mom was like, I'm not paying child support because I don't trust these people over here. And then she would take us places and buy us stuff and everything. I actually pierced myself snake bites. Oh my God. It's a goddamn cat. 9+ lives. That's funny. Does she dress like she has an OnlyFans looking like extra off Clueless? No. Does she dress like she has an OnlyFans? Yeah. I'm just a girl who loves sunflowers. Okay. I'm Glasgowian and love the English. Okay. I don't understand things. Obviously, your flower apron got old. Dude sprung. Just block him. Betcha you. I need engagement. I feel bad blocking him. It's hard blocking people who are like nice, but also really inappropriate. Clearly, I have boundary issues. Now you know why. So mom, so we went to court again. This is around 8th grade. Oh my God, I didn't even tell you guys about the phone tapping. Going on the hotel run with your cousin. Oh, yes. That was with my stepmom. Obviously, okay, let's be real. Top 5 artists of all time. I'm still telling you my life story. You asked. So you're going to get it. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Forgot to put the oats in here. It's like the most important thing. God, it's hard to tell your life story, answer questions, and cook at the same time. So it turns out that Erin was just going to some motel. And I don't know what she was doing in the room. I was in the car. This was a school night, by the way. I was in the car for hours. And then every now and then she'd come out and just be like, oh, it's going to be a little bit longer. I'm so sorry. You know, I didn't know what the hell she was doing. The Addams Family. I'm listening. Sorry. John David Lana says, I'm being completely honest when I say this. You should have been a rapper with your backstory. LOL. JK. I know. A rapper or a comedian. So. Oh, this isn't frothy. God, this is so hard. No, top 5 comedians. Shit. I block folks every day. It's Block City over here. LOL. Oh, I think it's too much egg white for it. Now I'm out of oats. I think this is ready. Hold on, I need to focus for a second. I'm out of oats. So this is what the baked apple looks like. I don't like that it's not liquidy at all. It should be liquidy, right? Let's put it in a little longer. Maybe it'll melt that. Usually I look up the ingredients and stuff, but then I just didn't this time. I'm like, I got it. So I'm in the car for hours at this motel waiting for Jessie. Don't know what she's doing. Eventually, and this was a school night. So eventually, probably by the next day or like 5 a.m., 6, I don't know what time it was. It was apparent to me that I was missing school this day. I get to go inside the motel room where she and her daughter are taking turns going to the bathroom. They're doing drugs. Okay. I didn't know that. I figured they were doing something weird, but like, whatever. I can't believe none of have asked you about your life story before. We will get to that when that's how it works. Okay. So they take turns going in the bathroom, doing whatever. And I'm like, okay, when am I going home? And then my stepsister wanted me to run errands with her. So I was like, okay, first we go to McDonald's. she asks if, or no, first she makes a phone call. I think this might be pre-cell phones. So she makes a phone call to McDonald's. Or no. She doesn't call McDonald's. We go to McDonald's. She's like, do you want anything? I say no. I am hungry, but I say no because like I don't have any money, and I didn't expect her to pay for it or whatever. And so she's like, I said no. We go up to the window or the thing, and she starts complaining to them. She's like, yes, I ordered something here and it was blah blah blah. And she starts complaining, and they're like, okay, here's your free food or whatever. So she gets the free food. Then we go to like Kmart or Target or something, like someplace like that. And by the way, she's dressed in scrubs. Okay, she's dressed in scrubs to like go with her like I'm a professional facade. She's dressed in scrubs, and we go to the store, and she's like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm a nurse. Or like, whatever. She's wearing scrubs. They have like a drawstring in them. So like the pants are very like, you can make them really big or tie them up. So she takes some curtains and puts those in her pants. And then she steals them. I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to get yelled at. So she takes that back for money or whatever. And then I don't know what happened. So I did those errands, and then like way later in the day, we finally go home. I don't tell my dad I didn't go to school, but since it's my stepmom, she can call into school for me. So that was pretty cool. And I didn't have to go to school. I didn't really like school anyway. Yeah. That's the motel story. I think there was something else. Oh, there was, okay. So then there was the story about the custody. Okay. Damn, tonight is Let's Get Real with Miss Little. I'm here for it. Hey, hello. Thank you guys for, what are you cooking tonight? Croissants? I wish. Shit. Okay. I'm making that apple thing again. This is hot. Ugh. The oven and the stories. So in 8th grade, mom's trying to get custody. She, like, the court assigns this lady to like interview us. Is she British? No, nobody in this story is British. I don't know what made you think that. I enjoyed the motel story. Thanks. You're welcome. I don't know if my dad ever knew about that. I'm sure I must have told him. And then, okay, this is what this looks like. It's too frothy. It's too frothy. And it smells like egg because there's a lot of egg in it. So I think I kind of ruined it. I ruined it. I'll put it in this little to-go thing. Or should I eat it? I'll do both. So she hires this, but the court appoints this lady to like ask us questions and stuff. And my dad like tries to coach us to like make sure, we don't say anything bad, blah, blah, blah. And during this point in my life, I was like really into Fazoli's, which is this fast food Italian place in Indiana. I would eat Fazoli's all the time. I think I had a boyfriend that worked there at one point, and he would like hook it up with free breadsticks. Love the breadsticks, and they were just butter and garlic. They were like soggy. They were so good. Damn, Dr. Do episode tonight. LOL. So then, what happened? So I told the lady, she's like, how often do you eat Fazoli's? I'm like, oh, like every day. I thought that was like a good answer. Yeah, like all the time, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, so this lady recommended that we live with our mom because she was pregnant and she was smart. So then I'm like so upset. So to recap, I lived on the west side of a bunch of places before this. Lived on the west side of Indianapolis. Had to move to Carmel, Indiana. No, got to stay one extra year to live with my mom. Didn't want to leave. But my dad was like, too bad. You're going to go stay with us in Carmel and sleep on the floor. And then Or I'm in Carmel, finally make friends and stuff, and then they're like, oh, the court's like, we recommend that you live with your mom. So then I had to go move with my mom on the west side. I had already knew some people kind of, but it was different. I got in trouble, just stupid reasons. So annoying. And I hated it. But then one day I come home from school and my dad's there and he's like, hey, do you want to move back with me? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, go get your stuff. And I'm like, what? So it turns out the court was like, hey, that was just a recommendation. You don't have to. So then I like go back to school in Carmel and people are like, we did this whole goodbye thing for you and now you're back. It was so weird. But then there was more court cases too. There's so much court. So much court. And now I'm a comedian. Any other questions? Just breaking hearts, LOL. Maybe my mom's heart, yeah. But my mom was no angel. She tapped my phone. This looks so gross. So I ran low on oats, and I don't think I made the egg whites frothy enough. I'm not sure if I used enough cinnamon and nutmeg even. I was talking at the same time. First pops, then mom. Yeah. Yeah, so that's some of my childhood trauma. LOL, had to end horrible phone taps. I had to end. What do you mean horrible phone taps? What happened? I was wondering, I had stayed at my mom's house that weekend and she's always like, Chris, you need to get off the phone. But this weekend she didn't do that. I was like, I had a really great conversation with Dylan. So nice to meet you. Unfortunately, good night. Oh, you guys don't want to hear my trauma? Well, too bad. Someone asked and then changed the subject. But not so easy. I should, any more questions? I am fine. No need to feel bad for me. Oh. Okay. What about the phone tapping? Okay, so the phone tapping. I go over to my mom's house one weekend. She lets me stay on the phone longer than usual, whatever. Anyway, turns out she had tapped my phone with this guy, where I was talking to this guy that I was like in love with. And he and I had hooked up. Okay, we had gone into that was played in court in front of my dad. I mean, and you haven't even heard everything yet. So, not that you will. I think I heard you in the Hard Knock Life song, LOL. Yeah, it's hard to tell your story when people are like, damn, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Look, if I weren't fine, why would I be wearing a vest? This is the sign of fineness. Hey, is she okay? Oh, yeah, never mind. She's got a vest on. So I'm good. Any questions? LOL. God, this looks so gross. You know what? I will try this and I'll let you know how it turned out. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Much respect to you for telling us your life story. Thanks. Thank you for listening. It's nice just to talk about it and just have validation that like, hey, that's pretty messed up. I get why you're not all there. Actually isn't bad. Isn't bad, raves Christine. Hey, Mom. Yes, Chrissy. Is it okay if I tell these stories? No, I'm your mom. Vest, LOL. Vest is a sign of a failed acting coach. Thank you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the excerpts from Miss Little's autobiography entitled My Little Story. If you'd like to purchase the full book, it is coming to shelves this Christmas, says Cupertino. Hilarious, hilarious. Yes, my life is a joke. I'd like to tell those stories in my stand up, but I think it's hard for people to hear some things. Um, so, yeah, I don't know. But maybe I'll write a book when McLovin wore a vest. All right. Thank you guys for watching my live today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me. If you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, share, and sign up for my monthly newsletter. I've got a private Facebook group called Little Heads, and I put my content in there so you don't miss it. I forgot to do that, but I'll do it. And I have an Amazon influencer shop. And if you buy something, then I get a commission and it doesn't cost you anything else. I'll purchase the book along with a bottle of antidepressants. Hi, beautiful. Hope you're doing well. You're talented. Keep being great, queen. Thanks. And thank you guys for listening to my life story. If you have any questions, let me know. You're a brilliant comedian. Thanks. Jeez. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Nailed it. Get it out. It's healthy. I know you went on a tangent before. Where do you find your podcast? My podcast is on iTunes. You heard my stories. I always make them funny. Okay. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm trying not to do too